Welcome, Kate, to the performance review. Oh, sorry, it has actually changed names. It's the Employment Development Review. So I'd like to go over what you did last year, but also talk about the objectives for next year. And I'd like to just let you know that I'm very pleased with your performance and that the outcome of what you achieved last year was excellent, and I'm looking forward to us talking about where we're heading for next year.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Kate, I'd like to talk about last year and reviewing your performance. Would you like to talk about how that went and what that felt for you?
Sure. It was a bit of a tough year. There was a lot on and a lot of change that we had to cover. But I feel I went okay, the best that I could considering. Certainly, you know, there was so much going on and we sort of had our finger in every pie. So it was hard to feel like you completed something in entirety. But yeah, I think we went okay, and I completed everything that I needed to. Maybe not to the extent I would have hoped, but certainly, you know, there's been ticks in every boxes. So,
and you say that you would like to have achieved more. What would that have been?
I sort of feel as if I didn't. I wasn't able to dedicate enough time to finish everything right to the standard that I would like it to be. You know, we sort of there's things we have to do and we have to get it out. And, look, I would have liked to have done a better job on some of them, but I guess I did the best that I could, so.
Right. On the form you mentioned that there were some barriers in terms of delays in projects and those sorts of things. Was there anything that I could have done that could have enabled or restricted those barriers, enabled you to achieve more or to feel that you had more momentum? Do you think?
Look, I think, again, you did the best that you could considering the circumstances. I mean, it's very hard when there's a lot of stakeholders involved to actually get everyone to line up to get the things that we needed to. I think your communication was really good. Maybe we could have had a few more meetings early on to sort of outline the boundaries, but other than that, we're learning from everything that we do. So, I think you did well.
Well, this performance review is about you, so I should be speaking about you in the sense I'm very happy with the performance last year. Mm-hmm. You delivered everything that we were intending to do. As we mentioned before, that there was some barriers that made it a bit difficult, and some of those things were out of our control. Some things I think maybe I could have intervened earlier, perhaps, and that's a learning for me that I need to attend to. Is there any learning for you that you feel you could have done things a bit differently, or?
I suppose, yes, my communication could have been better as well. I think that sometimes I presumed that people knew what was going on, but really I needed to tell them, because how would have they known that things were occurring if I didn't communicate to them? So I think I need to have a bit of hold on the entire process and realise that it will impact everybody to get that bit of information. So for me, I think that I'll try and communicate a bit better from the outset as well. So
okay, are there other strategies? You mentioned meetings that we could use to improve communication. Are there other ways that you feel that we could do that?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of options available now with, there's Communicator or the phone or video conference or even Yammer. Maybe if we were to create a Yammer group or something like that for people to be able to be members of. And then I guess the communication's a lot more, it seems a lot simpler because it's more, you can create conversations without as much effort as, say, organising a meeting or a video conference or something like that. So maybe that would be a strategy that I could employ further on down the track. for new
Okay.
new projects.
Well, let's add it to the list of things that we need to address for next year, and maybe we could implement it as a goal of one of the things we could achieve together is to create a Yammer group or set up regular meetings because the communication and being able to move forward is vital. And it'd be great to learn from last year so that we're not repeating it for next year.
Definitely.
So that's a great idea. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Kate, so let's talk about next year and some of the objectives and remembering our strategic direction and where we need to go. I suppose we'll start, also consider our team objectives about what it is we're trying to do as a team. The sorts of objectives that I have in mind, and I'll start and then I hope that you can add some extras if you think or you disagree, would be during the implementation of workflow that you assist with any of that in relation to training and development of staff to actually ensure that the workflow project is actually implemented well, in particular into admissions or the other areas of our division, whichever happens. Another one would be a further development of the intranet site and to enhance the services that are provided there. And a third one would be to improve the web services and to ensure that the usability and maybe measuring things like the hit rates and those sorts of things. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm definitely interested in improving the web services. Recently I've noticed there was a conference about increasing web services and user stats and things like that. It was a week-long conference in Sydney coming up in a couple of months, and I was hoping that that could be part of my professional development for meeting these objectives.
All right. Considering our budget situation, I suppose I could consider that, but are there other ways that those skills and attributes could be developed because that would be quite expensive, I would think.
Yes.
Can you think of other ways that we could enable you to develop your skills in there?
I guess I could converse with other areas of the university to see what they're developing with their web services and things like that. Maybe even shadow some other people that
terrific.
Either from our division or outside the division, and also maybe do a little bit of research myself and to see what other institutions are doing as
Fabulous.
well. So
Okay.
I know there's some networks I could tap into that potentially.
Okay. What about a coach? There would be people within CSU that would have these skills. What if I investigated a coaching relationship where we paired you up with someone who had these skills to be able to troubleshoot you through these issues?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds really good. So you're thinking someone from another division like IT or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that could definitely prove beneficial.
Good. Well, I could investigate that for you, and that sounds like a good way, because we want you to keep developing and to be able to, not only have skills for this job but future jobs too. But as you know, budgets are pretty limited, and we have to, provide professional development for everyone. So I'm not sure that a week-long conference is probably an option at this stage. But let's investigate these other options, and we can certainly endeavour to keep developing you, because you're a very valued staff member and we want you to keep growing and developing. So very well done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Well, Kate, thank you for the performance review. I am pleased with our conversation. I have a sense that you really are an important part of our organisation, and that you and I can really work well together to enable you to be one of the stars, which is great. And I hope that we can have an ongoing relationship where you feel you can talk to me, because your performance doesn't, and discussions around your performance doesn't just happen in this meeting. I hope that we can have ongoing conversations throughout the year if there's any issues for both of us to stop and talk and discuss any problems or any good things, which will be good. Is that how you see it happening?
Yeah, definitely. I think that we have a good, we openly communicate and things like that throughout the year, not only in the performance management, which I find really important. And thank you for your support that you've given me in meeting my objectives. Yeah, so that's really good. I look forward to the next 12 months and meeting those objectives that we've outlined today.
Great. We need to finish the paperwork,
The paperwork.
we will finish that together. If you, we'll sign it off and send it through.
Sure.
But in essence, thank you very much for all your hard work and well done.
No worries, thank you.